my name is Sinead. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag as my first post on my new channel. So let's get started. The first question in the Booktube Newbie Tag is, why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I love reading books and I really wanted a platform for me to talk about and discuss and review those books. So I felt like this was my next step in my book journey, and that's why I started my channel. The second question in the Booktube Newbie Tag is, what fun and unique things can you bring to Booktube? So I would like to say that I could bring some fun and new content. I have some ideas in the works and I'm hoping to bring those to all of you soon. And my unique way of describing my feelings and thoughts about a book are something I can also bring to Booktube as a new booktuber. The third question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? So I am most excited to meet new people and connect with other booktubers. I have noticed that the booktube community is really welcoming and I can't wait to get started and be a part of this community. The next question is, why do you love reading? I love reading because it is an escape for me. My daytime job is as an accountant, and while I love my profession and I love what I do, there are days, sometimes weeks, that can be a little more stressful than others, particularly at the beginning of a new year. So being able to come home and sit down with a really good book and a cup of coffee or a cup of tea is my way of decompressing and letting everything that happened that day go, and reading has been that escape for me. What book or series got you into reading? A series that got me into reading would definitely be Harry Potter. When I was young, my grandmother would buy the books as they came out, and then she would pass them on to me when she was done reading. As a result of that, I have all original copies of Harry Potter. So it is something that I do treasure because they came from my grandmother, and I remember reading these copies my first time reading Harry Potter. The next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? And I think my question for my favorite booktubers would be, what piece of advice could you pass along to a new booktuber? A lot of the booktubers that I watch have been around for quite some time, and I would love to know something that they would pass along to a new booktuber as someone who's already established. What challenges do you think would be the hardest to overcome as a new booktuber? And I think the hardest part of this is going to be talking to this camera and getting used to being in front of a camera. I'm used to being in front of a boardroom full of people and having to present. That's not anything that's new to me, but for some reason I'm having a hard time getting rid of these nerves in front of this camera. So hopefully I can get through that and kind of show you guys a little bit more of my personality as my videos progress. When did you start reading is the next question. I started reading from a very young age, probably 8 or 9, I would say. When I was younger, I went to an aunt's house after work every day, and she would often take us to the library. By us, I mean myself and my little sister. But she would often take us to the library, and we would be able to take out books and read them. And that's probably my earliest memory of reading, is going to the library with her and being able to take out books. So where do you read? I read in my sunroom at my house most of the time. It's a really cozy, comfortable area for me to read. If I'm not there and it's not snowing or winter, I'm in the backyard on the back porch or my back patio. It's somewhere I love to read. If I'm not in either of those places, I love to curl up on my bed and read there. It's probably my 3-4 favorite places to read in the house. The final question in the book tag is, what types of books do you like to read? So to answer this question, I pulled a few of my books off my shelf to give you guys a better idea of the types of books I read. So the first book is Small Sacrifices by Anne Rule. It is a true crime nonfiction book. Anne Rule writes a lot of nonfiction true crime books. One of her most famous is about Ted Bundy because she was a personal friend of Ted Bundy's. So I love reading her works, and she has a ton of different true crime books. True crime nonfiction is one of my favorite genres to read. The second book I have is The Kept Woman by Karen Slaughter. Karen Slaughter is one of my favorite mystery, horror, thriller writers. Thriller, horror, mystery, all those subcategories are a definite favorite of mine. I kind of gravitate towards these types of books, which probably isn't all that surprising considering I love true crime. So the third book I pulled is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is a fantasy novel that I truly enjoyed. It is an absolute favorite of mine. So I gravitate kind of towards books that would fit into this category. The final book I pulled would be The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, another absolute favorite book of mine. This was a more recent read for me and the first from this author duo, and I'm really excited to pick up more from them. So those are the books that I pulled to give you guys more of an idea of the types of books that I read. And that's the end of the Booktube Newbie Tag. So I hope that you enjoyed this and will subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned for some bloopers at the end. Bye guys. Often, so I'm used to being,